So this is a good one here. I just want to show that the old man is not here. Okay, he's gone. Okay, so now I've had on for 3 days, and I wanted to take it off today just because I mean I it doesn't bother me, but it's a strategy, and I tell myself when I put it on, I don't know, in some weird logistical way, my idea was 3 days it would need to work. So today is the beginning of the third day. So I was like, oh, I was unplugged it this morning, and I was like, it'll die out in like a couple hours. But then I plugged it back in, and then around the afternoon I plugged it. I was like, all right, by the end of the day, and I plugged it back in, and I left it in. It's still plugged in right now. It's 6, as you can see, and I got what I was waiting for, a response, because my whole thing has been that these Armenian guys downstairs are part of the Russian mob, and they're attacking me with sonic weapons that are they're trying to hurt me, that are high tech, high grade, sophisticated weaponry. Okay, so what I did as a countermeasure was, first I tried some bass moves, but then, you know what, I'm gonna be honest, those bothered me a little bit. So I was like, and the other one day I did it really hardcore, and it's only a 4 unit complex apartment, so there's 2 units on top of each other. I'm upstairs, so I really get to fuck with them. I'm about to show you right now. And then there's 2 units next, a neck across the way, but there's a stairway in between and a patio in between. So the other 2 units aren't really connected, but the walls are connected. So one time, only one time, and that was just like before I did this new technique. I did my bass really loud. I put it my subwoofer in the corner far away from the other units, and I put on some deep ass freaking um, red noise kind of sound that kind of made everything go brrr, just to be a dick. But it I think it might have disturbed. There's one family here that's just innocent out of the 4 places. I'm not innocent, so don't get me wrong. I'm not doing this because I'm innocent. I'm just doing this because I'm me, and that's what I do for me. So did they do that for them? I do this for me. So so I was like, all right, now I need another technique that's more concentrated, because, like I've documented, what they are trying to do is project themselves into the community in order to make themselves look bigger. Like, look at our reach, basically. That's really what it comes down to. So, and, but in doing that, because their entire existence, whether it doesn't matter how you wing it, their entire existence is through criminal activity, the further they puff themselves up, all that means is the more people that get victimized. And then in their criminal mind, it's me doing it to them because I'm messing with their business, which again is only criminal activity, no employment. And all of their welfare is fraud. Okay? Fraud. So it has now been 70-ish, at least 70-ish hours of me, well, like, having set this shit up. I haven't put my door back on. My spare bedroom. Um, so that room is above the young guy's room, and I escalate, because you're gonna think the other way to think about it like this too. If you think like a predator, because they're again, their whole life is so think like them. I become them. Okay, think predator. If I was a hyena, okay, in this vicinity, it's like, what would I, how would I think? Prey upon the weak. Hyenas are geniuses when it comes to being predators, and prey upon the weak and look for weaknesses and exploit any weakness you can. So that has been like that. And that just got a response. And for the bass booming. And I know that they were trying to not respond, because why don't they want to respond? Because the response is an acknowledgement that I'm responding. That's the fucking situation that I put them in. That is a legitimate. Anybody can see we just paid rent too. They just paid rent. Again, they don't pay rent. They get welfare, medical welfare too. So that's another thing. The Armenian landlord probably charges 2 times more than he charges me for rent, because under the context of some kind of medical welfare program for these motherfuckers. Okay. And there's two welfare recipients, the old man and the young guy. Both of them are welfare recipients. The old man is the one with the medical welfare recipient. None of them have worked in this country ever. Okay, so uh, so when I heard the bass, I was like, oh my gosh, I think that might be the retaliation. But I was like, no, it's not the retaliation if the old man is home, because if the old man is home, it's bothering him too. And I pulled up my camera because the old man's normally here around this time. And lo and behold, he wasn't here. So I was like, oh, that's why he did it. I mean, it wasn't anything. The other thing too is, I mean, I'm not gonna get mad and try to do more right now. I've got another level plan. Actually, the thing what I showed you right there is I have a speaker. That's just a phone. That's literally an old 2015 um, Samsung A5 or some shit like that phone, that with just its regular speaker in the trash can. That's just to amplify it, because that was my whole thing. Is this is baby steps. Don't blow your load. Okay. The way I made that video was I took a positive video that was about meditative music and the pitch that your body is a healthy frequency, like those meditative bowls, and I put it through an editing thing and kept increasing the pitch so that it was that. And then I extended, and then I slowed it, and then I slowed down the video 1.5 times, so that that pitch in the thing that was just a peak turned into that screech. I can run it through more and increase the pitch almost to where I made it so now again, I made it aggressive. I wanted it to be abrasive. I wasn't trying to hide it. I wanted it to be a fuck you. Let's do this, bitch. You want to do this, bitch? Let's do this, motherfucker. You want to hurt? I can fucking give me a reason to fucking touch your motherfucking ass, bitch. Which technically I should have a reason. But again, this is Burbank. MAGA cops protect the Russian mob, just like Trump protects Putin. So, in California, hello, Ukraine, California, Ukraine of Western Hemisphere. Um, so I'll let that die out, because I've got another thing. What is today? Today is the 4th. I've got my own plan too. I've got my own this year. I've got my I call it the Great Relaxathon that goes to my birthday. After my birthday is when I do whatever I end up doing next. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a job or try to do, or just dabble and gig for a little bit and just explore that, just to give me something to do out of the house and make some money. Who knows? But I might also look for a part-time job as a cook again. Who knows? Well, it's whatever. But I've committed wholeheartedly to not doing nothing to my birthday, February 9th, and that was from before Christmas. So if when I do start doing that stuff, I'm going to be prepared that every time I leave the house, I'm going to have something that's going to be a nice, very aggressive, very brutal, very, I want to hurry up and let's get this fucking settled kind of shit. You came into my home because I lived here with the intention to do me harm, and your fucking Armenian fucking landlord facilitated the whole thing. So he's on my list too. I dream of macing that motherfucker because he's an old ass man. He would die of a motherfucking cardiac arrest, fucking suffocation, fucking scumbag piece of shit. So whether that's a good strategy or not, in desperate times, in the land of the lawless, you know, what is justice? In a land where MAGA rules, what really is the definition of justice? Who do you turn to uphold the society's standard of right and wrong? Who do you rely on to tell you how to defend the people that you consider to be, your people, for better or worse? I mean, they definitely got a concept of our people as opposed to you guys. So, am I crazy? If I am, there are laws for hate crimes for everything about what I'd say if it's baseless. In California and Los Angeles, the fourth biggest economy on the planet. Okay? Totally susceptible to legal prosecution. But just like this whole thing with Candace Owens and Erica Kirk, and with Melania Trump, and that the writer, whatever that guy's name is, darn, I was hoping I could remember his name, but whatever his name is, he's a douchebag too. That was really nice with Well, I mean, he had to be nice to get information from Jeffrey Epstein, so don't take it the wrong way. That's how you bait these people in, kind of like a BoJack Horseman thing. But the lawsuits, the whole thing with prosecution is comes discovery, and prosecuting me for hate crimes against Armenians would mean that I get to actually discuss Armenian organized crime activity comparable to municipal powers' efforts to impede those activities. And to not just impede the existing activities, but to have a strategy to prevent those type of activities from getting footholds in their respective jurisdictions and municipalities. Okay? And that's why all this is necessary. Because again, California is the Ukraine of the Western Hemisphere. Same war, different front, different column. Fifth column attack. 100% pro Putin, FSB aligned agenda. 100% aligned with MAGA, fueling MAGA rhetoric, pumping pro Putin propaganda into MAGA, and dollars funneled through organized crime of the Russian mob through Armenian donors into pro Putin propaganda. And then at the same time, too, placing Armenian agents within liberal and progressive movements that they report on, because there's no such thing as a progressive Armenian. Or what you consider liberal. I mean, that doesn't even exist in my head. I don't think in those terms. But in all of those terms, there's no such thing. They are only there to gain an advantage within their community and become a viable asset to those that they identify with. They don't identify with the causes, they identify with the group. That's the easy way to summarize the Armenians. Okay? That is it. They got one identification, group identification. Everything else is enemy, other. Except for Russia. Russia is bigger. Russia's big brother. That's the way they see it. So there's no shame there. So that's how it is.